Hey, what's up? This is Jennifer Blanchard from Procrastinating Writers, and today I wanted to talk to you about letting the little things hold you back from getting your writing done. The idea for this post actually came up in a conversation I was having with my mom the other day. We were talking about Habitat for Humanity, and she was saying how she was always wanted to help with a build, and I said to her, well, what's stopping you? Why aren't you, joining a local Habitat build and just getting in there and doing it? And she said, well, I don't want to break a nail. And I looked at her for a second, kind of like, are you being serious? And I said to her, are you seriously telling me that you aren't participating in this just because you don't want to break a nail? And she looked at me in deadpan and she said, yes. And I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. And I guess if you know my mom, you realize that her nails are really important to her. She takes really good care of them. She's always polishing them and getting them filled and, just really takes pride in her nails. So for her, it's a big deal to break one. But for me, I thought, well, that's just such a silly thing to let you, hold you back from doing something you've always dreamt of doing. So I was thinking, well, how am I, allowing little things to hold me back in my own life? And one way that I realize, and it's kind of a big way, is that I haven't been doing video posts, but I've had the equipment to do video posts for almost a year now. And the camera my parents bought me for my birthday is just sitting in the drawer, getting dusty, and I'm not using it. And I thought, well, why am I not doing these video posts that I've wanted to do? That's why I got the equipment. I begged my parents, I said, please, I just want to do video posts. And they said, okay, and got me the equipment. And I'm thinking, well, what am I doing? Why aren't I, making tons of videos for this blog? And so I thought about it and I thought, well, I knew why. It's because I don't like the way my voice sounds when it's recorded. And that's so silly, but my whole life I've always just had a serious issue with my voice because when I was a kid, people would ask me, oh, sweetheart, do you have a cold? And, why do you sound like a boy? And, and it was kind of weird, but because my voice is kind of deep and raspy. And so it was like, people just always bothered me about it and I just hated it. So I was always afraid of doing recordings because it makes my voice sound even deeper and, and it's already deep enough. So anyway, that was just like, I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm allowing this camera to intimidate me and why, there's no reason for it. So then I started thinking, well, I bet there's a lot of readers of Procrastinating Writers who are allowing little things to hold them back. And so that's a question I'm posing to you now. Do you think there's little things holding you back from getting your writing done? Some examples of little things could be if you don't have enough time to write, like say you have only 15 minutes to get writing done, and so you tell yourself, oh no, can't do it, 15 minutes, not enough time. Well, it actually is enough time. 15 minutes is actually a lot of time if you just sit down and start writing. I mean, you can get 300 words out before you even realize that 15 minutes has passed. And, so that's just a little thing. It's just 15 minutes. Okay, well, your brain is saying it's not enough time, but it really is enough time if you just sit down and try. And another example would be like not having the perfect writing environment. So going, okay, this isn't the optimal writing environment, it's loud over here, or, this person's bothering me, or there's not enough light in this room, or, just anything that tells you it's not an optimal writing environment. Well, that's another little thing that's holding you back because once again, it's just a little thing. You can write anywhere. It's just a matter of, telling yourself that you can and then sitting down and doing it. That's how it works, And so if you realize that, you are allowing little things to hold you back from getting your writing done, here are 3 tips I have that should help you get moving towards, getting over that and not allowing the little thing to hold you back anymore. First thing would be to acknowledge that the little thing is holding you back. I mean, this is huge. This is so important because if you're not willing to admit that something that little is holding you back from getting writing done, then you're never going to get over it because you're not willing to accept it as it is and move past it. That's just the first step. It's so important. And if you can't do that, then you can't do the next 2 steps, definitely. So the number 2 step, I would say, is to make a commitment to your writing. It is so important to be committed to getting writing done. If writing is important to you, if you want to have a career as a writer, if you want to publish a novel, if you want to be a writer and make money off of it, if you, if you want to do writing for anything other than fun, a hobby, then you have to commit to it. You have to be willing to sit down and write 500 words a day or write 1 page a day or write something every single day. It's so important to do that. And that's just, if you're going to make it, that's how you're going to do it. And the third step would be just to start moving past it one step at a time. So maybe tomorrow now, if you realize, oh, I want to write, but then something comes up in your head and says, no, you only have 15 minutes, it's not enough time, you can't get writing done. We'll say, okay, I acknowledge that, it's that voice is telling me that, but I'm going to say I disagree with you, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write anyways. And then sit down and write anyways. And if you can do that, you're taking a huge step towards getting your writing done and doing something that you want to do. Thanks for watching this video. This is Jennifer Blanchard with Procrastinating Writers, and I love my voice on camera now. There'll be lots of videos to come.